Welcome back, guys, and a very warm welcome to those of you who are new. If you do click the bell, we do automate posts to give you a heads up about our lives and the new content coming. If you do need a booking, the information is directly below. And yes, we have 2 hubs launching next year, and the information can be located in the community tab as well as the website. Separately, we keep you in the loop. Without further ado, let's get into your update for this content. Hi guys, welcome back. We're here to study the energy of the Divine Masculine, and I have pulled the cards and we are going to get straight into it. Okay, now if you do want a booking, the link is below. Without further ado, now what I'm seeing coming up for the Divine Masculines at the moment is, especially from their cards, it is looking like there appears to be some struggles. And again, I am doing various reads surrounding the twin flame path, so stay tuned for such. It appears to be that there is a group-related dynamic, and this can either be linking to work or linking to a karmic path. And I do feel this pressure point. I feel this pressure point with where they stand both with you, what they want and where they are in a connection, because they do have a love proposal here is their crowning thought. I do see from the cards, it's almost like they feel that there's this huge pressure that things aren't shifting, things aren't going according to plan as to how they would like it. And these deep emotions are really bubbling to the surface. And I do sense this vibration of great anxiety really coming through. Now, the crowning energy is also relating to the eclipse, and they're feeling as though, you know, nothing, it's the attitude at the moment. Is anything good going to come of this situation? You know, where are their values at? Being really critical on themselves really this week. I feel there's an anxiousness, and they almost feel that the pile-up effect of what they're having to deal with is ever so large. I also am sensing it's almost like they're trying to pull these things in at one given time. And again, if these things aren't rolling according to plan, I'm really sensing the anxiety and the anger brewing in the frequency. I feel they're also tapping into their deeper emotions, and their deeper emotions are coming to the forefront about who they're directly connected to. Again, it's almost like they're shifting things about but holding on to it like it's all that exists, but at the same time they don't feel they resonate with it anymore. So this can be friendship groups. I also feel grave fears surrounding resources and an ability to bounce back, as well as love. They're really reflecting upon, you know, where love was in the past and where it was with you. And I do feel this comparison energy coming through. Now, I do feel this week it can create a lot more drama due to the fact that both in their astrology and through their cards, they're appearing to be coming out of this darkness. And the darkness can be really needing to recoup. And again, you know, intuitively and psychically, when we see crows, very common at the moment, especially with the transits, is Scorpio energy. So it's that death and rebirth cycle that we're all collectively going through, but as well as the masculines, it's like this resurrection, you know, really trying to work out how they can bring themselves out of a situation that has been maybe cemented and stagnant for too long. And I do feel for a point, especially during Mercury retrograde, these things became extremely intense. Now, I do feel, again, it's almost like looking at who they are as a human being. And also, if there is tribe, we have tribe here as a central issue. We have, again, tribe here as a central issue, conditioning. There is a surrounding energy to do with their future of how they're going to map this moving forward and how they can tick those boxes. And what do I mean by that? For some, it can be that they were in a karmic relationship. For some, it may be more so their conditioning and what they have at their disposition to be able to bring towards you. And I sort of feel this is becoming a real bugbear at the moment, especially if there are disputes relating to legacies, inheritances, and it's also astrological at the moment. I sense that is really in the forefront of their mind, because they sort of feel that is going to be both a problem and a solution simultaneously. Okay, they're trying to be really educated with it. They're trying to be, this can be a lot more research, a lot of meditation. The meditation you know, they know they can't keep going on this way, and they do know that regardless of whatever their social responsibility is, regardless of whatever their emotions are relating to it, they feel inevitably they're going to have this reunion, but they also feel these legacies and what they have to bring towards you can become problematic as well. So they're not necessarily wanting to delay it. They also feel if there is a third party situation going on, their focus very firmly is on you, but they just can't believe the hurdles that they've had to jump through of late with circumstances that have been cropping up over the last 3 months. I do feel they also feel, you know, it's like, how can they bring the old and the new together? And very Scorpio in nature. How can they bring both worlds to collide in a healthy way? And again, yes, there can be some sense of attachment because it is moving into the logical, practical, rational 3D plane. But I also feel they're also making reference to, I don't know why they're saying this. Yeah, it's something that hasn't ended yet. But they're also not wanting, they keep saying this, they're done on it, straight with it. Their concern is, and this sounds crazy, and I mean, for some of you, especially if you have a twin that's a workaholic, that may really be your pet peeve. But this is more from a logical point of view because some are actually maybe losing income, losing connections, and I do feel them really moving away from certain connections, but I feel this energy of real strictness of needing to level up, and it's their feeling towards their life. Now, I did pull a separate section here, and it's saying the same as this card here. It was a time of healing and meditation. And this healing and meditation with the crystal healing, there were multiple areas in their life. And I do feel they've actually got, it's funny because the hand coming through on this card, the hand in astrology is Chiron and it's got clear quartz in it. So they have some clarity really relating to where these areas are in their life. They've had that time of meditation and recoup, and they're coming out of hermit mode, and they're really directly dealing with some of these real testing trigger points. I also feel that there can be some disputes where third party energy isn't wanting this to happen, and I feel they're trying to prevent this ending from occurring. Again, if guilt is arising, it's almost pulling them back so it's done correctly, but it is to do with tribe and group at the moment. I'm really sensing that the divine masculine is being really rational. You know, we can't work with people who aren't working with us. We can, but it does end up being a one-sided transaction. Divine masculine also is sensing that divine feminine is very frustrated with that circumstance. And again, I do feel this huge sense of remorse and guilt really relating to where the value is placed. Now, again, with the Four of Swords, I'm kind of sensing they may have retreated back, had a lot of reflection. For some, there may have been some communication. And again, I feel this pulling in two directions. I think they're really firmly, you know, looking at their values, but also feeling where they had those values, they don't resonate any longer. I do feel for some they're going to either have huge losses or huge wins, but regardless, I feel it's almost like there's the loss is going to be a gain and a gain is going to be a loss. I don't know why they're saying that. Yeah, it's something that is very old. Is going by the wayside, and especially when it does relate to their value systems, I feel that they know that they could end up losing quite a bit, but at the same time, their faithfulness and loyalty to you oh God, okay. So they're kind of saying they had been stuck in a circumstance for quite a while. This can be a workplace, this could be a romantic connection. Again, it's contractual. It feels very contractual, and they're weighing up the pros and cons on that in the scales, and they're kind of feeling that, you know, this was okay. Do I go left? Do I go right? And I feel they're throwing caution to the wind. They know also that this is, for some reason, appearing to start to get a little bit nasty. They also feel that if you were to move on with somebody, they would completely understand. But they have been very mindful to not drag old energy in towards you, because they do feel it was going to complicate the situation. Okay, I'm getting some sense that the Divine Masculine is in awareness that you have waited. They also feel that they're waiting for no reason. Yes, there are the circumstances that they felt that, you know, with this full card, right? Throwing caution to the wind, jumping ahead. They kind of do feel the reasons why was for rational, logical, practical reasons. But again, they feel it's been to the detriment of this connection. That had they foreseen that these dramas were going to be to the detriment of this connection, they probably would have chosen differently. I do feel they're thinking very hard on where they want this to go. And this for them, I'm hearing two things. For some, yes, it could be that this person is in a third-party situation, a contract. For some, it can be that that is a separation that's coming through. But I really get the strong feeling that Divine Masculine knows in order to be with you, they're actually looking at it from a point of view of feeling as though they want to marry you, feeling as though they want to actually physically reside in a home with you and have those things. But I do feel the blockage can be, again, a circumstance financially and also third party. So for some, they are looking at this and they're feeling like on the karmic side of things, it can be loss of income, loss of family, loss of home, with the shift around. But again, I'm really feeling that they know it's stagnation. So they're avoiding the inevitable. They're there, but they're not. Yeah, that's about the best way I can describe it. They're there, but they're not. So they know ultimately it was what it was. They also feel they need to have the strength to actually fight for things that are more relevant in their life, but they feel like they're in the fight of their life at the moment. Okay, there is conflict again surrounding this karmic situation, and this is causing a lot of disputes. And I was really picking that with this separation, they're seeing through the shade, they're seeing through the drama, they're also seeing where their physical power is in the truth of the circumstance. And I do feel for some it's almost like maybe the karmic third party was, you know, maybe suggesting that this could be repaired, maybe suggesting it could get better. But I also feel almost like wherever their quietness was, it's quiet, but it's very determined. It's funny because when I was channeling Sagittarius's energy, which masculines at the moment have really been in the South Node for about 2.5 years, and they're coming out of that, really moving into December, especially astrologically from Twin Flame Path, I was getting this very shocked energy that it was very flamboyant, very matter of fact. I'm not going quietly into the wind. And so the demeanor was quiet, but the attitude directly connected and associated to it was very much putting the foot down and walking out the door. I'm seeing that they're not willing to really I'm hearing they will risk it for the biscuit. I don't know where that come from, but they're not looking at their life like a gamble anymore. They felt that they were gambling a situation. They also are very critical towards themselves in a sense of if they had known better, they would have done better. But again, this, you know, dealing with the circumstances where they haven't been wise, again, was more from a place of fear over a place of reality. Yeah, the values have changed. It was due to values. It was due to not understanding. Okay, I do feel on the financial scale of things, they're accepting that there is going to be a cost. They also feel as though you're feeling this isn't changing, and that is pushing them to move forward very quickly. I do see a circumstance for those that do have a twin that has children, such as coming up. Yeah, big regrets. Okay, there's a lot of regrets. This could be projection really coming from the karmic. I'm going to pull a few cards on the karmic. Okay, what is going on with this situation, please? Ooh, that's a bit too much. That's probably how they're feeling. Okay, they're really stressed. Okay, this individual is really feeling a sense that divine masculine is pulling back. We are going to go into this further, but I'm getting this feeling it's almost like they're sensing, and I feel for some, divine masculine has actually spoken and mentioned the fact that they are actually over this situation, that this situation has really become stagnant and it has come to an end. And I do feel there's an element of negotiations, but I do feel this stagnation maybe has been stalling tactics or potholes in the road, you know, with this karmic cycle and potential individual. So what I'm sensing is these delay tactics really coming from this person who initially was intended to be somebody that they just met, somebody that maybe they didn't see this really was going to go anywhere. It did get them kind of in a pickle to a point. They did stay a little bit longer. Now with that, I do feel this individual and individuals I'm hearing are trying to sway divine masculine in a particular fashion. And it is causing a lot of pressure on this person. And it's like the old habits die hard. They're coming up and they're, you know, being projected towards this individual. I do feel it's actually forcing masculine in the opposite direction. It's actually forcing them to retreat back from this person. And again, I do feel due to the rebellious nature that is coming through, the karmic individual is projecting, you could say nasties. Nasties in divine masculine's direction through guilt and shame. But I'm hearing the term white noise, and with the white noise, it feels very up and down like a yo-yo. Okay, I'll just say that. It feels very up and down like a yo-yo. Divine masculine really is finding this, finding this quite unattractive. Finding this very controlling. Okay. Yeah, they almost feel it's poker face energy. They know that, you know, these things, this nastiness, this lack of movement for them in their minds, it's over. Okay, they know it's over, and so they also know that they're delaying the inevitable. This can be with tackling the finances, tackling the subjects in family. I feel there's a major conversation coming. I feel it's a major statement. I don't know why I'm seeing a divine masculine with a bag. I also feel for some this can be linking to an anniversary of a parent that had passed over. I don't think this is a new thing. I think this is an old thing. Now, when they're making reference to that, that reference can be, you know, especially when we do revisit the subject of, you know, passing. Passing can be an anniversary. It can be the subject of it. It can be the subject of, hey, I'm feeling spiritually, this is really, you know, hitting me for 6. I kind of get this notion when they're looking at the analogy of a ruler. And, you know, I say this quite a bit. You know, you've got this much of your life you've spent and you've got this much that's left, or vice versa, however you're looking at it on the screen. And when you look at that, when you're weighing the scales, and we did have Mercury retrograde in Libra, you're kind of looking at it like, if that was hard, wouldn't it be better to do something that I really like and it being hard but worth it? So this is where they're really at. And they're like, they've been there, they've done that, and they feel that they know it's going nowhere. They know if they continue to repeat, it's going to be a continuation and a repeat of the same cycle. So I do see them physically looking at it and looking at, you know, who really ticks those boxes in their life, where their spiritual connection is. And I do feel this being an absolute judgment. They're casting a critical eye. This could potentially end up being a document that they're needing to sign. And I do see them really stepping into the Emperor energy, which is fantastic, and owning their power with this circumstance. Now, if you do want to come in and have a look at the extension, feel free. We're going to dig deeper into what some of the potholes can be and how they are seeing Divine Feminine and the Karmic in this situation. Otherwise, I'll see you during the week. The link for the Members Hub is directly below. We also do have additional videos coming. Galaxy Pub is launching early 2022. Anything spiritual, the subjects covered on that channel. Very separately, we have the Age of Aquarius. Now, you can go onto the website. The VIP list is there. And when it's ready to launch, I will give you those updates. Bookings online and webinars as well. Live every Friday at 10 a.m. on the main platform. And 3 sessions a month at $11 in the 20 Flame Hub. Do keep an eye on the community tab because I am automating posts and giving you updates for the moon energies by zodiac sign. Love and light. I will see you throughout the week, both live and for your zodiacs. Take very good care, and I'll see you on the other side.